Concerns echoing loudly on Capitol Hill, and in the background, urgent calls from the White House to act quickly on the $700 billion bank bailout plan. We have two lawmakers today, one Democrat, the other Republican, to share their views. I want to begin with Senator Robert Menendez. He has some reservations about the plan that he wants addressed. Senator, good morning to you. Appreciate you being here. If you would, start by listening in with me to Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson for what he said on this.
I am convinced that this bold approach will cost American families far less than the alternative, a continuing series of financial institution failures and frozen credit markets unable to fund everyday needs and economic expansion.
Senator, are you going to vote against this bill?
I'm sorry, are we going to what?
Are you going to vote against this bill?
Well, I think the reality is that we realize that we need a very strong response. But we also need a response that is smart, calibrated, and has the appropriate oversight. What was originally sent to us by the Treasury Department was $700 billion. Give me all the authority, no oversight, no guidelines, no conditions, and no judicial review, and trust me that we'll do the right thing. That simply is not acceptable. And so what we've tried to say is that we need to have an oversight board that can make these decisions along with the Secretary. We need to make sure there are taxpayer protections, which I don't think the original proposal had.
How long do you think all that will...
We need to make sure that Main Street is also, that Main Street is protected as much as Wall Street is protected here.
How long do you think all of that will take to get into place?
Well, you know, it depends upon how willing the administration is to be flexible in incorporating ideas into their proposal. If they have the flexibility that is necessary, if they understand that not all good ideas reside with the Treasury Department, which in some part has been lax and has created the environment where we are today, then I think it can move relatively quickly within this week or even at the very latest part, the beginning of next week. So we just want to see, you know, part of our challenge here is no one really knows the values of these assets. And if we're going to pay for these assets in a way that we are giving a premium, then the taxpayer should enjoy the benefits in the future, and they should get some equity in these companies, as one example, at the same time that we should do something more about foreclosures.
Let's take a look at this poll, if you would, with me, from CNN and the Opinion Research Corporation. The question was this: are you worried that the economy will worsen without the bailout? 79% of people very or somewhat worried, 21% not worried. Is it possible, because we've heard many analysts say that right now the important thing, and we've certainly heard the Treasury Secretary say it, that you pass the bill first, worry about the details later, or is that not possible?
Well, I think that clearly there needs to be a response. And the lack of a response, I think, could only lead us moving down the road in a direction in which we will see increasingly frozen credit that has consequences to businesses up and down the scale, including the mom and pop store that's trying to expand their business, consumers, as well as a tightening in the marketplace, and that has economic consequences to the average person. The question is not just doing it quickly, but doing it right. And I think having taxpayer protections, trying to deal with the foreclosure rates, and giving equity to the taxpayers if they're going to be on the risk. Because when I looked at Secretary Paulson and Chairman Bernanke yesterday, and I said, look me in the eye and tell me that this won't cost the taxpayers a dime at the banking hearing, they said to me, well, we can't say that to you.
Yeah, no, I don't think they've ever said that. All right, well, we certainly do appreciate your time here today. Senator Robert Menendez, thanks so much, and also want to make sure that we make it clear to everyone we will be talking with Senator Judd Gregg on the Republican side of things coming up a little bit later on today.